All right, so welcome to the deep dive, everybody.
Yeah?
We're going deep today into the life and legacy of Tupac Shakur.
Oh, this is a good one.
This will be good, yeah. Um, Using his Wikipedia entry as our main source.
Yeah, okay.
And I think what makes Tupac so fascinating is, like, everybody knows him, but when
Yeah.
you really look at his life...
Yeah, he's so much more than just a rapper.
Right, yeah.
He was so influential.
Yeah, so
Way beyond music.
yeah, and I think, like, I knew he wasn't always Tupac.
Right.
But learning that his birth name was Lassane Parish Crooks,
Wow.
and then his mother, Afeni, chose Tupac Amaru Shakur.
Yeah, powerful choice.
Like, that's the last Incan ruler who was executed
Wow.
after he rebelled against Spanish rule.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Yes.
It's almost like foreshadowing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Given everything we know about Tupac's life, his activism,
Yeah.
and, like, his parents were Black Panthers.
Yeah, and that wasn't just like a political affiliate.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
That was like the whole lives.
Yeah, there's a way of life back then.
Yeah, and Afeni,
Yeah,
she was part of the Panther 21 trial.
that's right.
Like, she was facing over 150 charges,
Yeah.
all this before Tupac was even born.
And she was acquitted
And then...
of every single one.
Yeah.
Just think about the
Well.
strength and resilience that instilled in Tupac from day one,
Yeah.
you know? But it wasn't just his parents' beliefs that shaped him.
Right.
His family was deeply involved,
Oh, yeah.
you know, in the movement
Mm-hmm.
with relatives convicted of serious crimes.
Yeah.
He saw the struggle for Black liberation up close
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the cost that it sometimes demanded.
Yeah. So definitely a turbulent childhood
Yeah,
marked by, like, these revolutionary ideals, but also a lot of instability.
for sure.
Yep.
And then he ends up at the Baltimore School for the Arts.
Yeah.
What a change of pace.
I know.
It wasn't just any school.
Right.
I mean, he was studying acting,
Mm-hmm.
poetry, jazz, even ballet.
Ballet.
You believe that?
No.
But think about it.
Yeah.
It all informed his multifaceted approach to hip-hop later on.
I can see that.
Blending poetry,
Yeah.
social commentary,
Mm-hmm.
theatrical elements
Yeah. That makes sense.
into his performances.
Yeah. So he was absorbing all these different forms. And this is also where he meets Jada Pinkett Smith.
That's right.
Starts that lifelong friendship.
Yeah.
But how did he go from, like, school performances
Right.
to the Tupac that we know?
Well, he started out as MC New York,
Okay.
then joined Digital Underground,
Oh, wow.
first as a roadie and then as a backup dancer.
Really?
He even appeared in their music video for Same Song.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that song was on the soundtrack for the movie Nothing But Trouble,
Okay.
which was his first film appearance.
Oh, wow. So he kind of did everything at once.
He really did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Nothing But Trouble. That movie was crazy.
It was wild.
And it wasn't long before his debut solo album.
Yeah.
Tupacalypse now dropped.
Yeah.
And it really made a statement.
Oh, yeah, it caused quite a stir.
Yeah, he drew criticism from the vice president at the time, Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
But that album was...
It wasn't just music.
Yeah.
It was a statement.
Yeah.
Tupac's lyrics were raw,
Mm-hmm.
unapologetic,
Yeah.
tackling the struggles of young Black men head on.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't afraid to challenge authority.
Yeah. He really used his platform
Absolutely.
to speak truth to power.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it really set the stage for his whole career.
it did. It's like a blueprint.
Yeah. And then came Strictly for My Niggaz,
Right.
which was like this really interesting blend of
Yeah.
hardcore rap and introspective
He
track.
showed his range.
Yeah.
You know, he collaborated with people like Ice Cube, Ice-T,
Mm-hmm.
who are all using music to address
Yeah.
social and political issues.
Yeah.
And, like, we can't forget Keep Ya Head Up.
Oh, yeah. Keep Your Head Up is a classic.
Right.
That was an anthem for women's empowerment.
Yeah, it showed how much depth and complexity there
Yeah.
was to his thinking.
Right. He wasn't just about anger and rebellion.
Yeah.
There was compassion in there.
Yeah.
Empathy,
Mm-hmm.
especially for Black women facing similar struggles.
It's pretty amazing
It is.
how much he accomplished in such a short time.
Right.
Like, he formed the group Thug Life,
Yeah.
released their only album,
Mm-hmm.
and then dropped Me Against the World,
Right.
all while he was navigating
Yeah, all this legal trouble.
legal troubles. Yeah.
Me Against the World is considered
Right.
by many to be his most mature and introspective work.
Okay.
And he recorded it while incarcerated.
Wow.
This album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200,
Okay.
which just goes to show
Yeah.
the connection he had with his audience.
Mm-hmm.
And that album also has this single,
Yeah.
Dear Mama.
Oh, dear
A
my.
tribute to his mother, Afeni.
Yeah, that song is so powerful.
It is.
Just like raw.
Like, it's just...
It's a complex mother-son relationship
Yeah.
against the backdrop of poverty and addiction.
Yeah.
It transcends the boundaries of hip-hop.
Yeah, I can see that.
The universal story
Mm-hmm.
about love, struggle, and resilience.
Yeah. And those are all themes woven throughout Tupac's music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's no wonder his music continues to connect with people
Still today.
from all walks of life.
From all walks of life, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, all this talent and success,
Yeah.
controversy seemed to follow him.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He was convicted on sexual assault charges
That's right.
and spent time in prison.
Those were dark times for him.
Yeah.
But in prison, he really delved deeper
Okay.
into Black revolutionary thought,
Okay.
devouring Machiavelli's The Prince.
Wow.
Sun Tzu's The Art of War.
Okay.
It further shaped his worldview.
Interesting.
And it was after his release
Mhm.
that he signed with Death Row Records. And we saw this noticeable shift in his music.
Yeah, All Eyes on Me.
Right.
His fourth studio album was a huge departure from his earlier work.
Yeah.
It was rap's first double album.
It was.
And it just embraced the gangsta rap aesthetic with a harder sound and lyrics focusing on the lavish lifestyle.
Yeah, the violence.
And the violence that...
Yeah, that was often surrounding him.
Yeah, it was a huge commercial success.
Oh, massive.
Sold over 10 million copies.
It's a different Tupac, though.
Yeah.
More aggressive.
Yeah.
More confrontational.
Yeah.
And this is also when the East Coast-West Coast rivalry
Yeah.
was heating up
Yeah.
with Tupac right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle.
Feuding with Biggie, Bad Boy Records.
Yeah, and diss tracks like Hit 'Em Up
Oh, yeah.
really just poured gasoline on that fire.
Yeah, they did.
It's just a tragic reminder
It is.
of the violence that plagued the hip-hop scene at the time.
Absolutely.
And that ultimately led to Tupac's death.
It's a shame, really. It's
Yeah.
a real shame.
It's hard to believe. It's been almost 30 years
That's crazy.
since he was shot in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And he was only 25.
25 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to this day, there's still so much mystery
Oh, yeah.
surrounding his murder.
Yeah. Even with the recent arrest of Dwayne Keefe D. Davis
Right.
as a suspect, like, there are still so many unanswered questions.
It speaks to the power of his legacy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That even after all this time,
Yeah.
people are still searching for answers, still trying to understand what happened that night.
Yeah. But, you know, while the circumstances of his death are tragic,
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember
It
the
is.
impact he had
Yeah.
while he was alive.
Right.
He sold over 75 million records worldwide.
Incredible.
Yeah, and his influence on music, fashion, and culture
Yeah.
is undeniable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and, you know, let's not forget about his acting career.
Right.
Like, before his death, he appeared in films like Juice. Yeah.
Poetic justice, Above the Rim.
Yep.
He even had starring roles in Gridlocked and gang-related
Yeah.
that were released after he passed away.
Yeah, and what's interesting about his acting is he brought this raw authenticity
Oh, yeah.
to his roles.
Yeah.
A quality that's often missing
I agree.
from Hollywood portrayals
Yeah.
of young black men at the time.
Right.
Take Juice, for example.
Yeah. Juice is a great movie.
Yeah, he played Bishop, this troubled teenager
Yeah.
who gets caught up in a cycle of violence. His performance was electrifying,
Yeah.
challenging stereotypes and forcing audiences to confront
Yeah.
the realities of inner city life.
He had this charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Like this intensity that just drew you in. Speaking of captivating,
Yeah.
what about that rumor
Oh, yeah.
that George Lucas considered him for the role of Mace Windu?
Real. In the Star Wars prequels,
I hadn't heard that.
that would have been wild.
Tupac's wielding a lightsaber.
I know.
That would have been epic.
That would have been amazing.
Too bad we'll never know
I know.
what might have been.
Yeah.
You know, back to his music, though.
Yeah.
The Don Illuminati,
Yeah.
the 7 Day Theory, the album he recorded under the name Machiavelli
Right.
was released just a few months after his death.
Yeah.
It's remarkable
Yeah.
how prolific he was,
Yeah.
even in the face of so much adversity.
Yeah. The Don Illuminati is considered a masterpiece by many.
It is.
And it was written and recorded in just 7 days.
7 days. It's insane.
I know.
It's raw,
Yeah.
emotional, urgent.
Yeah, there's a sense of urgency
There is, yeah.
in that album. Like, he knew his time was limited,
Yeah.
and he had so much to say.
Yeah, it's a really powerful and haunting album.
It is.
Like, full of anger and introspection.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not for the faint of heart. Not at all.
And it's not just the Don Illuminati.
Right.
Like, his posthumous albums have sold millions of copies.
Yeah. Greatest Hits
Yeah.
is one of the few hip-hop albums
Right.
to be certified diamond,
Oh,
meaning it sold over 10 million copies.
that's crazy.
That's a testament to his enduring popularity.
Yeah. And it's not just about the music. He was
Without
also a prolific writer.
Oh, yeah.
Like, some of his handwritten poems
Wow.
from when he was just 11 years old
11 years old.
recently sold for $90,000.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
His words, whether spoken or written,
Yeah.
continue to resonate
Right.
with people.
Mm-hmm.
Even his personal letters and writings
Yeah.
are considered valuable artifacts.
Yeah.
It speaks to his status
Yeah.
as a cultural icon,
Yeah.
a voice that transcended music.
Absolutely. And, speaking of his legacy,
Yeah.
the Tupac Shakur Foundation,
Right.
established by his mother, Afeni,
Mm-hmm.
continues to support young artists
That's awesome.
and carry on his message
Yep.
of social justice.
It's inspiring to see that his family
Mm,
is dedicated to preserving his legacy
right.
and using it
Yeah.
to inspire future generations.
Yeah. What's also interesting is the amount of academic interest there is in Tupac.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, universities like Harvard and Berkeley
Wow.
have held symposiums and courses
Right.
dedicated to analyzing
That's cool.
his impact on music and culture.
I mean,
Like, he's been called a thug nigga intellectual
yeah,
and an organic intellectual,
Yep.
which might seem contradictory,
it does.
but it kind of reflects the complexity
It does.
of his persona.
Yeah.
Like, scholars recognize his impact, not
Wow.
only as an artist,
Right.
but as a social commentator,
Mhm.
an activist
Absolutely.
who gave a voice to the voiceless.
He definitely sparked
Yeah, he did.
important conversations about race,
Yeah.
class pass,
Mm-hmm.
inequality
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah, issues that are still so relevant.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Today,
Yeah.
his work continues to be relevant,
Yeah.
especially given the ongoing struggles
Mm-hmm.
for social justice
Yeah.
we're seeing around the world.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, in many ways.
Yeah.
His lyrics explored issues
Mm-hmm.
like police brutality,
Mm-hmm.
mass incarceration,
Yeah.
poverty,
Yeah.
themes that continue to plague our society.
It's almost as if, like, his understanding of mortality, which was so present in his lyrics,
Right?
kind of fueled his creative drive,
Yeah.
led him to achieve so much
Mhm.
in such a short time.
It's incredible.
Yeah, but the shift
Right.
from conscious rapper
Hmm.
to gangster rap icon,
Right.
was it a genuine change
Yeah, that's a good question.
in his philosophy?
Yeah.
Or was it more about navigating the music industry and
Yeah.
surviving the
Mhm.
pressures of fame?
He was undoubtedly influenced by his environment, particularly after signing with Death Row Records.
Right.
Suge Knight and Death Row
Yeah.
had a reputation
Yeah.
for embracing the gangsta lifestyle,
Right.
which was different from the conscious rap scene
Yeah.
Tupac was initially part of.
The external pressures
For sure.
definitely played a role,
Mm,
but was there more to it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think Tupac was always wrestling with his
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
internal contradictions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was drawn to poetry and art,
Right.
yet he also had a rebellious streak
Yeah.
and a fascination with street life.
Right.
He wasn't afraid to show vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
but he also projected
Yeah.
an image of strength
Yeah.
defiance.
He was a walking paradox.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's part of
Yeah.
what makes him so fascinating.
Exactly. Both a product of his environment
Yeah.
and a force
Mhm.
who helped shape it.
Right. Yeah. It really makes you wonder what else he could have accomplished.
I know, right?
If he'd lived longer.
It's heartbreaking to think about.
Yeah.
He was only 25.
But even in his short life,
Yeah.
he built an incredible legacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Testament to the power
Yeah.
of using your voice,
Mm-hmm.
even when it's uncomfortable for others to hear.
Right. And he was a visionary
He was.
who used his platform
Mm-hmm.
to challenge the status quo
Yeah,
and fight for social justice,
absolutely.
all while bearing his soul through his music.
And that's what makes him so compelling.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a rapper.
Right.
He was a cultural phenomenon,
Yeah.
a voice for the voiceless.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke to people who felt marginalized,
Right.
oppressed,
Yeah.
overlooked.
Yeah.
His music gave them an anthem,
Yeah.
a sense of belonging, and a voice.
And his impact wasn't limited to the United States.
No, not at all.
Like, Tupac's message resonated globally,
It did.
especially with those
Yeah.
fighting for their own liberation.
He became a symbol
Yeah.
of hope
Mm-hmm.
and resistance.
Right.
His music fueled movements for social change
Yeah.
all over the world.
And it speaks to the universality of his themes,
right.
like struggle,
Yeah.
resilience,
Mm.
hope.
Absolutely.
These aren't bound by geography
Right.
or culture.
So after exploring all these different facets
Yeah.
of Tupac's life and work,
Yeah, what does it all mean for us?
good question.
Like, what can we take away from his story?
I think it reminds us of the power art has
Mm-hmm.
to ignite change.
Yeah.
You know, Tupac's music
Yeah.
gave voice to a generation's pain,
Right.
frustration,
Mm-hmm.
anger,
Yeah.
but it also offered a vision
Yeah.
for a better future.
Right. It wasn't just about complaining. It
Right.
was about pushing for something better.
It was.
And even amidst the darkness and violence that he
Yeah.
often depicted in his music,
Mm-hmm.
there's always this
Right.
room for love,
Absolute.
compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Yeah, like songs like Dear Mama,
Yeah.
Keep Your Head Up.
Yeah. They show that side of him.
Exactly.
Yeah. The side that believed in redemption
Right.
and the power of the human spirit.
He was complex,
Oh, yeah.
flawed, absolutely human.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the sincerity
Right.
of his emotions,
Yeah.
the depth of his convictions.
Yeah. He was a true artist who
Mhm.
poured his heart and soul into his work.
He did.
And that resonates with people.
Even today.
Yeah. He was a poet,
He was
a rebel,
Yeah.
a visionary.
Mm-hmm.
And his legacy continues to inspire us
Absolutely.
to fight for justice,
Yes.
embrace our individuality,
Yeah,
and to never give up on our dreams,
it's true.
even when the odds are stacked against us.
That's a great message.
Yeah. So we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from his childhood,
Mm-hmm.
influenced by the Black Panther movement,
Yep.
to his evolution as an artist
Right.
and his tragic death.
It's clear.
That Tupac Shakur
Yeah,
left an unforgettable mark on the world.
he did.
And here's a final thought to ponder.
Okay.
Was Tupac ultimately a victim of his circumstances, or did he actively shape his own destiny?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
One that deserves careful consideration.
Absolutely.
And we encourage you
Yeah.
to dive deeper into Tupac's world,
Mhm.
explore his music,
Right.
writings,
Yeah.
films,
His movies are great.
and draw your own conclusions.
Yeah.
There's a whole universe of knowledge and inspiration
There is.
waiting to be discovered.
He was a force of nature
Yeah.
whose impact continues to ripple
Yeah.
through music,
Mhm.
art, fashion,
Mm,
and culture,
right.
even today.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
into the world of Tupac Shakur.
It was a good one.
Yeah. Until next time,
Keep it real.
keep your head up and your mind open.
Tell us what you think about this episode. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.